Okay, so reviewing uh, student submissions from work I had assigned the last time from November 2024, paper 1, variant 1. And let's zoom in for a better view. And so the question is for the informal letter, you have recently been to a new shopping mall, you enjoyed it, but you had a small problem during your visit. Write an email to a friend about your visit to the shopping mall. You should say what you liked about your visit, describe the problem that you had during your visit, and make a plan for you and your friend to visit the shopping mall together. So, how much have you written? Word count, tools, 141. So that's good. All right, you've included an email. You can just, write zanab@gmail.com because you're writing it to Zanab. Don't do ABCs and XYZs and 123. It, you know, it seems very childish and cheap. Okay. Uh, by the way, right, an email does not require like it. An actual email does have the space for the recipient's email address and the subject line, but as far as your writing is concerned, what's actually required by Cambridge is the actual text. So it begins with the salutation over here. So right, even if you've written this, it doesn't count towards the actual work that will be checked and graded. It does, right? Okay. Hi Zainab, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to tell you about my recent visit to the new shopping mall that just opened in our area. I actually enjoyed it a lot because the place is huge and beautifully designed. My favorite part was the food court. It had so many different stalls and everything looked delicious. I also loved the clothing stores, especially the ones with new winter collections. Something annoying happened, but something annoying happened during my visit. My phone suddenly stopped working because there was almost no network inside the mall. I couldn't call my mom and it took me a while to find her. Apart from that, everything else was great. I was thinking that we should go there together next weekend. We can explore the shops properly and maybe watch a movie too. Okay, that's good. Even though, I mean, I'll see how your other submission is, but, given your previous submissions for the both of you, and well, I, I would guess particularly you, Ima, but both of you overall, and your writings improved really. So you're spending time on that. And so I've given you the reading and listening papers to do on your own. I just might hand over the writing papers to you as well. And so we'll just practice a bit of speaking, get you flowing, and quite honestly, you'll be well on your way for exam prep. Okay, so just something minor. Let's put a again, right? This is and like the examiner won't penalize you for not having a comma after that, right? But being very technically and grammatically correct, it should be there should be a comma here. I hope you're doing well. I want to tell you, just let me take a look at the question that you had during your. So it's a problem that you had. So it's not necessarily a problem that you had with the mall, but you've tied in your phone connection. So we'll get to that. I'm going to tell you about recent shop at mall. Okay, I actually enjoyed it a lot because okay, food stall. Okay, something annoying happened. My phone suddenly stopped working because there was almost no network signal, or you can say reception. There was almost no network signal or reception inside the mall. Let's just go with reception. I couldn't call my mom. It took me a while to find her. Apart from that, everything else was great. I'll just take this to, you know, a new line and then take care, and your name with a full stop. And that's all I have to suggest. It's, yeah, it's well written, it's complete, it covers all the points.
Sir,
Yeah,
the thing that I added ABC at the rate the email,
yeah.
isn't it correct?
Okay, as I mentioned, two things. First of all, you don't need to. It's not, required, and I mean, it won't be checked in the sense that, whether you write it or not, or whatever you write, it's not going to be the part of your submission that will be graded and given marks. Right? It's only from starting from this point, hey or hi or whatever you're writing. And then secondly, the reason I said that ABC is incorrect, because if you're writing it right, it seems uh, very, very basic. And, I mean, basic in the sense that it seems like, you really don't know what you're writing and just putting ABC. So I've seen students do that, right? Writing ABC or XYZ or 1, 2, 3, and it doesn't give a good impression. So the least you could do, right, anywhere you can just put, like, so you're writing to Zainab, you're sending an email to Zainab, and so just write zainab@gmail.com. Right now, the examiner is not going to check whether that's actually her email. Zainab@gmail.com probably exists, definitely exists, I would say, right? Uh, but the exam is not going to check. That's not the point. In fact, the exam is not going to check this part at all. But it just looks better instead of writing ABC,
Okay, sir.
right? In fact, abc@gmail.com also probably definitely exists. But again, that's besides the point.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so I'll return that to you, and then we'll take a look at exercise 6. And this was an article. So your class has recently been talking about films, and you've decided to write an article for your school magazine. So an article is something that comes up very often in the 0510, but again, right, as I mentioned earlier, you need to be prepared for all the different writing tasks, because it happened, June last year. In fact, like last year, it was this year, June 2025, right? Students, they were sort of, you know, iffy about the preparation on about the other tasks. They were like, oh, it's normally an article, and so we'll just go with that. And a review showed up, right? So obviously that sort of, blindsided them, and they weren't able to do as well. So in your article, write about what you think makes a film enjoyable. Here are some comments. I like films about real events. I prefer films with famous actors. Most films are too long, and too many films are about the same thing. Okay, let's see what you've done. So, 163, including the heading. Okay. Many students, what makes a film enjoyable? All right. Many students in our class have different opinions about what makes a film enjoyable. But I think a good film has a mix of several elements. First, I enjoy films based on real events because they feel meaningful and teach us something new. When a story is inspired by real life, it becomes easier to connect with the characters. So you've taken that comment as your own. Okay. Some students prefer movies with famous actors, and I agree that well known actors can make a film more exciting. However, even a great actor cannot save a film that has a boring storyline. The story is the most important part for me. A film should be interesting, original, and not feel like something we already watched many times. And so you've reworded this comment very well, right? Too many films about the same thing. And so that's the point. You've talked about the actors, and real life events. The only thing that's missing is them being too long. I also feel that films should not be too long. If a movie is short and well paced, it keeps the audience engaged instead of making them tired. Overall, a great film should be realistic, original, and enjoyable from start to finish. It's good. I at the moment I have again nothing to suggest, right? So Ima, you have produced something twice in a row for your writing tasks, and right that I would consider a good piece of writing, and I am happy to see your effort and improvement, and I'm also impressed, right, with what you're bringing out.
Thank you so much, sir.
Right now, what actually becomes the challenge is for you to be able to write this write something of this quality under time restraint.
Yeah.
Right, so your reading writing paper is 2 hours long, and so we if you distribute it evenly, then that's 120 minutes. And right, what we could do is we could give 1 hour to your reading paper, the reading exercises. Those are four exercises, and so 60 divided by 4 is 15 minutes, right? So for each reading exercise, the maximum time that you would want to give is 15 minutes, and then you give 1 hour to the writing section of the paper, and those are two exercises, and so that would be half an hour each. And Afan, this goes for you as well, right? It's not just Ima. And so the maximum time you would want to give by this, time distribution, time management is half an hour for one writing task. So what you need to, if you reach this level of writing when you're spending 2 3 hours on one task, that's good. But now what you want to do is you want to practice writing something of similar quality. I wouldn't say same. If you can, produce something of the same quality, even better, then that's brilliant, right? But something of similar quality within a maximum of half an hour. So half an hour meaning you see the question, you think about what you want to write, you note down some points, you jot them down, and then you write it out, and then you make your corrections, and you're done. Half an hour, time's up, stop writing, and see how that is. Right, so maybe the next writing task that I assign to you, that's what you should be doing. Right, just try to do it within half an hour. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that too I will return to you. Right, so in light of right what we have, uh, I am going to stop here for today, and right, we'll have Ima speaking tomorrow, and I'll assign you with some written work for the next time. All right. So I'll see you guys next class, inshallah.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Allah Hafiz.
Love fish.
Allah Hafiz.